In this video, I'm going to quickly look at some feature that you can use within the loop that we created before. And as you can see, in my loop, I had a condition where we were going to check if the value of the variable called cell value is equal to Lyon. If it is now, we have those rows that are going to apply. And the first one is to change the cell color to green. And to do so, I'm identifying the cell. As always, I use the row num variable here because we're still in the loop. And I use the .interior.color index equal 4 to change it to green. Obviously, if you change a number, you will change the color. After that, I'm going to add a comment in column E. I'm still identifying the cell, but then I want to say I'm going to change the value. So I use the point value equals, and then I give the value that I want to put in the cell, which is cool here. Then I'm going to add a formula in column F. Same here, identify the cell. Then I'm going to use the dot formula R1 C1 equal, and then between quotes, I'm going to type the formula I want to see in the cell. If the value of the variable called cell value is not Lyon, after the else, then there is something else happening. The something else is that we change the cell color to red. See that the number is different. Then we add a comment in column E, and it's going to be not cool. So the same way we identify the cell, then dot value and equal not cool. I could delete all this and put a number, for example. Then I have an additional variable that I created here that I called count. Dim count as long. It's meant to count the number of times we find something else than Lyon. It is really important to set this variable to 0 outside of the loop, meaning before the loop. Obviously, otherwise it won't work. And here, by this simple statement here, I'm saying each time we arrive at this level in the macro, the variable count is going to add 1 plus 1 to the variable count that were set before. For the first time, it's going to roll, the loop is going to be count equals 0, and then here it's going to say plus 1, so it will be count equal 1. At the end, we have a message box here that is going to say you had how many rows for which the city wasn't Lyon. As you can see here, I have everything. I'm going to run the macro here, and you can see that I had 2 rows for which the city wasn't Lyon. If I go back on the table here, as you can see that I have my comments here, the formulas here, only for Lyon, and the green and the red. Now I want to actually delete the rows that are not Lyon. To do so, I'm going to write down another row. I'm going to identify the cell. I'm going to say entire row dot delete. With that line here, I'm deleting the entire row if the value of the variable cell value is not Lyon. There is only one issue. I cannot use it that way because the loop here that we have starts from the top and go to the bottom. As you know, if you delete something, the cells are going to automatically shift up. But our loop is still on the same row, meaning that we will have the second row, we don't delete. Third row, we delete. But then it should go back to 3. But it's not the case, so it's going to skip to 4. So that means that we won't be able to check the row number 3 now. So to avoid this issue, I just need to change the way we do the loop. And I'm going to start by the bottom and go up. Really important here, you need to specify the step. In that case, step -1. So we're going to start at the bottom. So in our example, we're going to start from 5, and we'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's it, because we stop at 2. So let's see if it works. It works. All our values that weren't Lyon are gone now, and I saw that there was only 2 rows. It's your turn now to practice and try out all those new features.